It's great to be here in Europe. We've got a lot to show you today. We had a little mishap last night over at the exhibit hall, where we'll all be going after this keynote. We had a water main break, and it flooded the floor of the exhibit hall, but everything's been cleaned up, and the exhibit should be perfect by the time we get there this morning. The two one-liners I've heard is, well, something had to leak. And the other is, how fitting, since you are introducing Aqua today. So, let's get going. I'd like to go through some of the new products we introduced less than 8 weeks ago today, and maybe a few new things here today as well. So to start off with, we heard some of you didn't love our old mouse. And so we made a new one. It's fantastic if you haven't seen it. It's optical technology. There's no moving parts. It's very high precision. It works on any surface without a mouse pad, and you never have to clean it. It's really great. And some people have asked, where's the button? Well, the entire surface is the button. And it fits any hand, big or small, adult or child, right or left. It accommodates any style. Some people like to push with their finger, some people like to push with their whole hand. It works with any style. And you can adjust the force on it. And it is now standard on every desktop Macintosh. It comes for free included. To go along with the new mouse, we have a new keyboard. The new keyboard has the same layout as the very famous Apple keyboard that everybody loved. And it's got 108 keys, it's got full-size function keys, it has volume control keys, it has a key to eject the disk. It's very nice. And this new keyboard is also standard on every Macintosh now with the mouse. So I hope you love these. So let's look now at the products that they come with. This was our product line, of course, until 8 weeks ago when we added the G4 Cube. Now, all three of our desktop computers are new. We changed our entire desktop line. So let's take a look at each of these. The new Macintoshes, we introduced 4 new models of Macintoshes. And they all have those things that make an iMac an iMac. And those things are award-winning design. iMac's won almost every international design competition in the last 2 years. You can take an iMac out of the box and get onto the internet in less than 10 minutes, and we now have millions of users to prove this. Over 90% of them on the internet. iMac is the fastest consumer computer out there, very fast G3 chip. It's got every type of interface you want, a modem, Ethernet built in, USB, and FireWire on all but the lowest end model. It's got a great Harman Kardon sound system, the best sound system built into any consumer computer. And it's got a slot-load drive, either a CD or a DVD drive, which is really nice. You don't have a tray, which kids love to use as cup holders and things like that. And there's no fan. The brilliant engineering that our team did to allow this to cool with just air, without a fan, means that it's really, really quiet. And because these machines are so quiet, you never turn them off. They just go to sleep when you walk away from them in a minute or two. And then you come back and you hit any key and they wake up in less than 15 seconds. So you don't have to turn them off and reboot them every time. Because they're so quiet, you just leave them on. We also introduced 4 new colors. Indigo, ruby, sage, and snow. This is the new graphite, actually. A little bit different. Snow. All new colors. And these are, with all these new colors, faster Macintoshes, all these great features, and the new optical mouse and keyboard included in each one, we also introduced a very new low price point of $799 in the US, or these prices in UK pounds, French francs, and German Deutschmarks, all with VAT included. So these are the lowest price iMacs ever, and we're working to make them even lower cost in the future. So we're very, very proud of this. Now, we wanted people to know that we had these great new colors. So we did 4 new commercials to show off the new colors. And we also did a commercial on the mouse, an advertising for the mouse. So if you'd like, I can show them to you. Would you like to see that? So we don't have any running right now.
It's not easy being green, having to spend each day of leaves. When I think it could be nicer being red or yellow or something much more colorful like that.
Those over here on television too. Now, another thing that we announced with these new iMacs was iMovie 2. How many of you have made an iMovie on a Macintosh? Good. This is, for those of you that haven't, you must do this. This is one of the most wonderful things I think I've ever seen a personal computer do. It is the most emotional thing I've ever seen a personal computer do. And when we introduced iMovie almost a year ago, last October, it was a breakthrough. And our customers loved it. We just introduced the second version, iMovie 2, which takes it even further. iMovie 2, of course, is based on a bunch of things coming together. Digital camcorders, FireWire built in now to almost every Macintosh. Of course, the iMovie 2 software, as well as QuickTime, to allow us to compress the movies and even put them on the web. And iMovie 2 adds a new user interface that borrows some of the elements of macOS 10 and the user interface elements to make it even easier to use. And it's got enhanced audio editing and some enhanced effects in it. And the best way to describe this to you, I think, is to show you. So if it's okay, I'd like to give you a demonstration. So iMovie 2. Let me go ahead and launch it here. I'm running it on a G4 Cube. And here's my movie. I can go ahead, I've got 2 clips down there, and I've got some other clips up here. So let me go ahead and play these clips. And I've got a soundtrack loaded. I can just stick any audio CD key in, grab a soundtrack. And I've got another clip up here. I'm just going to drag it down. I can drag it anywhere in here, as you know. And I just made this. Clip. I'll just put it right there. And now I'll just go ahead and again play the movie here.
Hi, Mom and Dad. I'm sorry we haven't had a chance to see you this summer, but I wanted you to see how the kids are growing up. We went to the beach last weekend, and gosh, Lisa just looks exactly like her mom. And Michael has grown up taller than me. So I hope you have a chance to see this video, and we'll see you soon. Take care.
Now, that's pretty cool, but we can make it better. So I'm going to go to the timeline view over here, and I'm going to take the first clip, and I'm just going to go up and I'm going to cut it. And now I'm going to go, or the second clip, I'm sorry. And now I'm going to go back to the first clip and just play it here.
Hi, Mom and Dad. I'm sorry we haven't had a chance to see you this summer, but I wanted you to see how the kids are growing up. We went to the beach last weekend, and
Now, right around here, let's say, if I pasted this clip in, normally, it would stop me, in this case, talking, and cut over to that clip. But now, with iMovie 2, I can go up to the menu, and in the advanced menu, I can say paste over at playhead, and it will insert that second clip while keeping the audio of the first clip going, and making just enough room for it automatically. Now I'm going to go ahead and take the second clip and go up and cut it, and I'll go back to this and play it some more here.
And Michael has grown up tall.
So right about here, I'll go ahead and paste it again, the second clip in. And now, I'll go back and I'll play this, I'll play it full screen.
Hi, Mom and Dad. I'm sorry we haven't had a chance to see you this summer, but I wanted you to see how the kids are growing up. We went to the beach last weekend, and gosh, Lisa just looks exactly like her mom. And Michael has grown up taller than me. So I hope you have a chance to see this video, and we'll see you soon. Take care.
So there's more. Let me drag this clip down in, and I'll go back to the timeline. I'll play this clip now. So I'll take that clip and just go up and say, reverse the clip direction. And now this clip goes like this. That's kind of fun. And now I will drag this clip in here. And this clip we saw a little before. So, you know, We have another feature now where I can take any clip and I can speed it up or slow it down. So let me go ahead and slow this down here, and you can get a feel for this now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to speed it up. And you can see what this is like here. And then I'm going to take it, and I'm just going to copy and paste it. I'm going to take that second version, and I'm going to reverse the direction. And I'll then take both of these and copy them and paste them in here. And now, if I go back and I play this, it should just play. Oops, I didn't quite do what I wanted to do. Cockpit error. Okay. Let's take this one, let's reverse the direction here. And then we'll take this one and this one, copy them, and we'll paste it right here. There we go. Now let's try this. There we go. We have some incredible new features. We have some new transitions, some new titling effects here. We also have some great special effects. So I can make a clip black and white. I can actually mirror it. I can make it sepia tone. And we're going to go ahead, and this clip is sepia toned already. And we'll just slow it down a bit here. And so now let's go back and play our whole movie. Let's go back to the beginning and play full screen.
Hi, Mom and Dad. I'm sorry we haven't had a chance to see you this summer, but I wanted you to see how the kids are growing up. We went to the beach last weekend, and gosh, Lisa just looks exactly like her mom. And Michael is growing up taller than me. So I hope you have a chance to see this video, and we'll see you soon. Take care.
Mom, she throws me like a rubber ball. The sweetest thing. She won't catch me or break my fall. The sweetest thing. Baby's got blue skies on my head. But in this rain cloud, you know she must try kind of run. The sweetest thing. I'm losing it.
This is one of the coolest things I've ever seen in my life, and it's why we do what we do. We, of course, we're great at spreadsheets and databases, but I think one of the things that really distinguishes Apple is being at the intersection of technology and creative expression. And I think it's products like this, combined with iMacs and Cubes and all the products that we make, that allow people to express themselves in ways they never could before. And this is an example of that. You can also take your iMovies now, and you can compress them, and using our homepage web tool, you can actually put them on our website, and we'll host them for you, and anyone can come in and stream them from any computer now. So you can actually take your movies and put them on the web, and anyone can come and take a look at them if you want. It's wonderful. So iMovie 2, new on all the new iMacs, and that's what's new with iMac. So now let's take a look at the G4 Tower. Power Mac G4. Power Mac G4 is an incredible product. As you know, you can open it up and get to any component in a matter of a few seconds. And it's powered by the incredible G4 chip. The G4 chip, inside it has what's called a velocity engine. And this velocity engine runs at over 3.5 gigaflops. This is really fast. Gigaflop is 1 billion instructions per second. Now, we supply G4s running at 500 megahertz. And some people have asked, well, how fast is that? Relative to 1,000 megahertz or gigahertz Pentium 3. It would seem like it would be slower, doesn't it? Wouldn't it? But it's not. And so what we'd like to do now is show you how fast a 500 megahertz G4 chip is. I'd like to ask Phil Schiller, who's our Vice President of Worldwide Manufacturing. What do we got here, Phil?
We have some great machines to set up a little side-by-side battle shootout here for you. Up on your left-hand side of the screen, we have a PowerMac G4 running the G4 chip at 500 megahertz, running Mac OS 9. On the right, we have an Intel Pentium 3 1 gigahertz class machine running the brand new Windows 2000 Pro. And we're going to exercise these systems and really show what the processors can each do. And to do that, we use Adobe Photoshop. We do this for a couple reasons. First, Photoshop is what's used by most of our creative professionals to get their work done. This is a serious application and really needs the maximum performance any computer can deliver. Second, Adobe works really hard to take maximum advantage of these chips. They work to enhance it for the velocity engine inside the G4, and they work to enhance it for the instructions inside the Pentium 3, so they get everything they can out of both of these systems. And third, we can actually take an image and a set of steps from an artist and run it, the same image, the same steps on both machines and see how they do. So that's what we've done. We've got a Photoshop image, a large graphic with a lot of steps created by a professional artist who uses Photoshop every day to get his work done. In fact, this image was used to create a poster for a movie introduction. So we've brought them both on both machines. So Steve, if you can help me, you can help drive the Mac, and I'll drive the PC. And we're going to bring up Adobe Photoshop. And on the count of 3, we're going to launch the same set of actions on both machines and see how they do. So on the count of 3, 3, 2, 1, go. So we're bringing in some images. We're going to transform those images. We're going to scale them and skew them and rotate them and bring them around the screen.
Pentium's thinking.
It is working. We have an hourglass. Again, this is an actual file created by an artist. It's got over 200 actions in it. We're using gradients, brush strokes, we're using fills and transforms to actually construct this movie poster.
A lot of our customers do this many, many, many times every day.
We're using masks, selecting regions, we're using lighting effects. Now we'll bring more layers to the front with brush strokes. See the PowerMac has begun a radial blur effect on the left.
All right, the PowerMac is done. And I'm still working there. Doesn't give you much feedback, but you have the hourglass. It's calculating probably the radial blur right about now. All right. Pentium is done, ladies and gentlemen. What we see here is 500 megahertz G4, 1 gigahertz Pentium. Yes. There we go. And it took 108 seconds for the PowerMac to complete this task. The same task took 124 seconds on the Pentium 3 running at a gigahertz. And if you calculate this, it yields the result that the PowerMac G4 running at 500 megahertz is the equivalent of a 1.1 gigahertz Pentium. 1.1 gigahertz Pentium in performance. So we thought this was great, but we got to thinking, if one G4 was this fast, 2 brains are better than 1. So what if we took 2 G4s running at 500 megahertz and said, how does that compare to one Pentium 3 running at a gigahertz? Well, let's find out. Phil, we happen to have another Power Mac with dual processor G4s right here.
So now what you'll have up on your screen, on the left, is a new Power Mac G4 with 2 500 megahertz G4 chips in it. On the right, that Pentium 3 with the fastest 1 gigahertz Pentium class processor in it. Again, we'll bring Photoshop to the front. All right. And on the count of 3, like to count us down this time?
3, 2, 1, go.
So the same image file, the same actions. Now, of course, we can take that same file and run it from the single G4 now on dual G4s, and Photoshop automatically has built-in support for the dual processor G4 chip. And so you'll see much faster speeds now as it's breaking up its tasks across the 2 processors. So the Power Mac is laid in its background with its transforms and its gradients, creating its gear. And on these lighting effects and radio blurs and the things that really push the processor performance, the Power Mac just zooms far ahead.
And the Power Mac is done. Pentium 3, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, we're not going to wait for it to be done. We know how long it will take. So, what we have here is the same 124 seconds for the gigahertz Pentium 3, but only 61 seconds for the dual processor G4. And if you do the math, what that says is 2 G4s running at 500 megahertz each equals a 2 gigahertz Pentium. You can't buy such a thing, but when you can, it will be equal. So, it's amazing. And what are we going to do with this? Well, it's running at over 7 gigaflops. And we want to get this performance out to everybody. So, as you know, we make 3 models of Power Macs. And what we're going to do is take the 400 megahertz model and keep it a single processor, but we've now made the 450 and the 500 megahertz models dual processor standard, built-in standard. You can't even buy them with one processor anymore. And these are incredible machines. We've gone even further. We've built in gigabit Ethernet on the motherboard now. It does not even take a slot. So you have gigabit Ethernet built into every one of these 3 Power Mac models. We've also increased the mass storage to 20, 30, and 40 gigabytes. We've included the new optical mouse and Pro keyboard, and these incredible machines with all of this are the same price as before. So, this is what we've been up to with the Power Mac G4. And again, based on this incredible G4 chip, 2 brains are better than 1. So we're going dual processor in the 2 high-end models, Power Mac G4. Now we have something new on the G4 today. The G4 ships with pretty fast 3D graphics. Rage 128 Pro chip is standard. But today we're introducing what many believe to be the fastest graphics chip in the land, which is the new ATI Rage. Twice as fast as the Rage 128 Pro, and it's going to be $100 extra if you order a computer on the Apple online store. $100 extra for the Radeon. And we have a demonstration to show you right now. Phil, let's give him a demo of the Radeon versus the Rage 120.
Really excited to be able to show this to all of you today for the first time. This is the first time we get to show this, a Power Mac with a brand new Radeon graphics chip in it. What we have up on the screen are two Power Macs. They're almost identical. They have the same processors, same memory, same disks. There's just one small difference. The Power Mac on your left has the Rage 128 Pro, and the Power Mac on your right has the brand new Radeon card in it. Now we're going to do a demonstration using Quake 3 Arena, id Software. A lot of know Quake 3D, Quake 3 Arena, because it is an OpenGL application. In fact, it's the most popular OpenGL application in the world, and as such, really can exercise 3D graphics and take maximum advantage of all this new hardware performance. And with the demo, we can go through a script, run through as fast as it can on both machines to see who gets done first as fast. Now, some of you may like violent game demos, so if you don't, you can certainly choose not to watch. But I promise you that no humans were used in running the software. No humans were injured in this test.